This segment brought to you by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
My name is Dr. Ignacio Ciampitti. I'm Associate Professor, Cropping System Specialist, Corn Specialist at Kansas State University and Department of Agronomy. Today we are here wrapping up the last of the 3 schools, the corn schools that we target for this winter season. The schools were located, the first one on the central part, then we moved west, and then this one today finishing on the eastern section. There will be a few more pre-planned schools that they will come in February, so that will be targeting more specifically few topics connected to water, Garden City, Newton, and then Parsons. So be in touch and reserve your spot for those schools. Today I would like to provide just a brief overview of main topics that we discussed on the corn production side for corn. Still critical topics related to corn production are connected to planting date. We discussed in the school looking at irrigated high-yielding corn. Planting date seems to be not really a relevant factor. Most of our farmers tend to plant as early as possible with the goal of increasing yields. But when we are looking for environments that they might be more susceptible to stress, weather conditions affecting corn, and environments that they usually target 150 bushels or less. In those environments, we are conducting research on looking at planting date. And our goal is specifically trying to see if we can target the most susceptible part of the growing season with the best environment. Best environment related to more precipitation and lower temperatures, connected on the summer conditions. So based on that research, and it's still in progress, we are looking at, in some scenarios, getting the corn planted late. And when we are discussing our late, we are looking at late May or early June. It's giving us more stability. It means that we are placing this flowering time, 2 weeks around flowering, the most critical time in corn, into a much better conditions, and we are able to maintain yields, in some cases even improve yields, as compared to really early season planted like mid-April or late April. That was one of the factors that I discussed. A second one was connected to seeding rates. Seeding rate is a critical factor still. Matching the right environment, the right yield connected to the right seeding rate is still relevant. We discussed reducing seeding rates in low yielding environments and trying to maintain and increase seeding rates as your target yield environment goes up. This is relevant, and not only relevant for different fields, but even for within the field. Many of our farmers have a lot of variability within fields, so matching the right environment for the right seeding rate within the field is also relevant to increase profits. One of the last topics that we discussed was related to late nitrogen application in corn, and we emphasized the point that we are seeing that not always late nitrogen application in corn is productive and is increasing yields, but we are seeing that in some scenarios late nitrogen application increase yields, and in some other scenarios we are seeing that if the growing conditions are not favorable to decrease or maximize yields, we're seeing that applying nitrogen too late in the season, going to flowering time for environments that are low yielding, is not really adding too much benefits to our farmers. So this topic of timing of the nitrogen application is still something that we need to start looking at. What is the productivity of my field? What is expected weather conditions? And trying to see if we can match the right field weather conditions for the right timing. So that is just a summary of the main 3 topics that we discussed. We also were emphasizing the maintaining a crop rotation, which is healthy for improving yields. Looking at different options in terms of hybrid selection. I think that we can still find hybrids that they will do much better in some of our environments. And finally, we kind of wrap up with the concept of looking at different row spacings.
Tarwater Farm and Home is a 40-year-old local family-owned business. Clothing for work and play, seeds and feeds, boots, toys for the kids, and tools you'll need for around the house and farm. And a service department to keep them in top running order. It's a big store, so take some time to see what they have for your farm and home. Tarwater's everyday pricing is like others' sale prices. When you need it, they've got it. Tarwater Farm and Home, 4107 North Topeka Boulevard.